It had rained all morning. The sky was dark and heavy, and the trees stood still, like they were holding their breath. That evening, a man appeared on the long red dust road leading to Ana village. He wore a long black coat. His suitcase was old, but clean. His hat covered his face, but people could see his mouth smiling. "Ah, is that not Kofi Mensah?" one woman whispered. "From Mom Essie's family? He's back." Kofi had been missing for 5 years. No letter, no call, no body. People thought he was dead. His mother cried every Sunday at church. His younger brother stopped talking. The chief once said a spirit had swallowed Kofi whole for touching what wasn't his. But now, he had returned. Or so it seemed. That night, the whole village gathered at the chief's compound. Even the old, who never left their beds, came to see. The children were hushed. The air was thick with questions. Kofi sat calmly beside the fire. His smile didn't move. "Where did you go?" they asked. "The city," he replied. "What happened to you?" "Life happened." "Why didn't you write?" He paused, then softly, "I forgot how to be me." The chief frowned. "You remember us all?" "Yes," Kofi said. "I remember Kojo broke his arm chasing my goat. I remember Ajoa stealing my meat during festivals. I remember everything." People nodded. They wanted to believe him. But Alma, the village herbalist, just stared. Her eyes didn't blink. In the following days, people began noticing things. Kofi never entered the stream to bathe. He never ate anything hot. He slept during the day and wandered at night. His eyes didn't shine like before. They were empty, not sad, just silent. But his knowledge, deep. He knew every corner of the village. He fixed the village borehole pipe without help. He taught children games he played as a boy. He even helped deliver a baby in the forest when no one else could get there. People whispered, maybe the city made him different. He's just quiet now. Grief can change a man. But again, Auntie Alma only said one thing. A man's memory can return, but not his shadow. One evening, 14-year-old Efua went to fetch water and didn't come home. Her family searched the whole night. They found her the next morning, asleep near the Iroko tree, mud on her legs, eyes wide open, unblinking. When they woke her, she said, I followed Kofi into the forest. He didn't walk. He floated. The chief called a meeting. Kofi must explain. But Kofi was gone. They found him standing at the top of the hill near the graveyard, alone, eyes closed. Kofi, the chief barked. He opened his eyes slowly. Why was the girl with you? I don't know what you're talking about. He looked calm. Do you deny being near the forest? I don't remember. You don't remember? He blinked. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. What is memory anyway? Now the people began to murmur. Fear crept into their bones. That night, they followed him secretly. At midnight, under the full moon, Kofi walked into the Iroko forest. The sacred part, the forbidden zone. The hunter, Kwabena, climbed a tree and watched from above. Kofi reached the sacred tree, placed his suitcase before it, and opened it. Inside was no clothes, no books, only a mirror, a wet white cloth, and a large silver needle. He looked at the mirror, but it showed nothing. Kofi had no reflection. Then, in the moonlight, he began to change, not into an animal, not into a beast, but into a younger version of himself. Piece by piece his face peeled, his skin tightened, his posture bent, like a man reshaping himself, like clay remembering its old form. Kwabena ran, but the next day, Kwabena was missing too. The village was quiet. Drums stopped. Markets thinned. Children were kept inside. But Kofi acted like nothing was wrong. He walked through the village as if he owned the land. He smiled, he waved, but no one waved back anymore. Only Mom Essie still believed. My son has returned. Let me love him, Amma told her. The thing that came back wearing your son's face is not of this world. You are hugging a cold lie. And soon, that lie will take more than just your joy. A week later, the chief, Amma, and a few brave men met at midnight. Torches lit, prayers said. They marched to the old hunter's hut where Kofi stayed. They found him waiting. He was dressed in full black, the suitcase beside him. Before they could speak, he stood and said, "You want answers? Fine." He opened the suitcase. Inside was a death certificate. Name, Kofi Mensah. Date of death, 5 years ago. Cause, poison. Hospital, Accra General. Note, body donated to experimental medicine. Brain removed. Files sealed. Silence. He pulled out the mirror again. Faced them. No reflection. Then he smiled a final time. I am not your Kofi. I'm your memory of him stitched, programmed, reactivated. An experiment. You were the test to see if emotion can recognize truth. You failed. But Auntie Amma stepped forward and laughed. She threw powder at his feet. Smoke exploded, and Kofi began to scream. His skin cracked. From the cracks, wires and metal emerged. He wasn't a spirit. He wasn't a demon. He was a machine, a test subject created by unknown scientists, using real bodies, real memories, and advanced technology to see if a village could accept a copy. And they did. Until now, the villagers weren't living in peace. They were living in a simulation of peace. And the man they accepted as their son was never meant to last. As Kofi's body burned, he said one final thing, voice glitching. There are 6 others in 6 villages, still living, still watching, still learning. The machine collapsed. The suitcase burst into flames, and silence returned. But far away, in another village, a young man stepped off a bus, smiling, carrying an old suitcase.